And welcome everyone to the BTL Valorant tournament #1. My name is RareAdam. Alongside me is ImHajji for today. I've never casted Valorant before. I'm so excited for this. We're gonna be getting into it, and this is gonna be a super fun event. But Haji, how are you feeling about today? This is gonna be interesting.
I'm feeling great, man. I love Valorant. This is gonna be a great time, and I'm excited.
Yeah, and we're just going to get into our first match of the day. We've got a couple of really cool teams going at it here. Of course, we've got Team Condiments here with Jade, Moonrocks, Jen, Shalubi, and Mystic versus Maria's Dungeon, a staple here with Norvin, Azure, Solady, of course, the captain, Jay, and Galaxy. And yes, we did make those graphics very cool, right? But anyways, as we get into our map bans here, you can see that Condiments already banning out, or I believe that's Maria's Dungeon, who are on attackers, banning out Breeze and Fracture to start off, and Maria's Dungeon banning out Ascent.
Yeah, banning out Ascent, that's pretty interesting. The Breeze and Fracture I can buy into. There's still newer maps. I mean, Breeze has been out for quite a while, but Fracture has been out the shortest amount of time. So I can buy it. And then the Ascent and Haven bans are pretty interesting. You don't really see too many bans on those. But we are going to be leaving Bind, Icebox, and Split, which I'm pretty excited for. Those are Bind and Icebox, or Bind and Split are two of my favorite maps. Icebox less so, but but it is a very high played map. So I can understand leaving it up. You get a lot of practice on that.
Yeah, and looks like we might be opening up with Icebox here, so that should be an interesting opener here. Do you think there's any differences that come through when you play on Icebox to start things out?
I mean, yeah, each map is always going to have specific centers. Some agents are obviously going to be better on some maps than others. Icebox is a heavily like B site map. You end up focusing that site more just because it's a lot more open, gives you more space to maneuver and try to get picks. Um, as well as that mid and the tube up to kitchen. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what kind of comps we're gonna get, especially with the recent patches with the new episode coming out. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for some Ares gameplay too.
Oh,
So.
oh man, yeah. With the new patch, of course, we got the Ares coming through. Quick and fast, I suppose you can say. We'll have to see how this game turns out. For the record, to start us off, Maria's Dungeon will be on attack here on Icebox. Condiments going to be on defense as we get into agent select. We'll find out exactly how that turns out and what agents they opt to go for. We did showcase their mains very briefly there to show what they play mostly. And if we just take a look at Maria's Dungeon to start off, as they are on attack, you can see Brimstone for Norvin is the main there. And looks like that's the hover right now. Azure hovering that jet. Basically, everyone's main is getting hovered right now. Jay, though, is going to go with the Sova over the Omen.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. I'm a bit. If you've already got that Brimstone, you don't need extra smokes necessarily, and you do want to be able to gather some of that information before you try to entry a site. And Sova is like the most played with regard to that. His Owl Drone and his Recon Darts are just so good at getting you that information as to who's on site and exactly where they might be. On top of that, if you're running into a Viper, then
Select your
Sova
agent.
can make your life so much easier because when that Viper pops her ult, you can try to use your Owl Drone to go in, mark her, and then try to hunt her down in there. So it makes a lot of sense that you'd want that Sova over a secondary smoker. But it's interesting. We're gonna have double duelists on both sides, which I'm always a fan of. I'm always hyped up for.
Yeah, and as a duelist player yourself, of course, that's something that you love to do, playing the Jet and the Chamber. For the record, I'm just the Sentinel player. I play Sage, and that's it. So that gives you a little bit of background as to what we're talking about. Realistically, the people who are playing this game here are far better than we are. We're just here to have some fun as we start off here into round 1 here.
Yeah, round one. This is our pistol round, man. All right, everything's up for grabs. We're really excited. I always love pistol rounds because they're so simple. They're very easy going, and it's always fun to watch how the teams and their mindsets are gonna go. Whether or not they're gonna just default and try to see where they can get picked, and then move on there. If they're gonna do a hard push. No neon, no neon. So we're not gonna be getting some super fast Sonic gameplay. But we do have the Reyna and the Jet on both sides, so we could very easily see some strong pushes anyways.
Yeah, and looking like it's going to be an A push here to start off. Galaxy going to be pushing in for the time being. Looks like holding mid for the time being as well are these three members, the Brimstone, the KJ, and the Reyna. No real action too far here, but Jet has made her way pretty deep in here as the Viper smoke comes out. I can't hear abilities, so I'm going to have to figure that out as it comes, but as you can see them pushing in, we'll have to see what the next move is, as Galaxy actually going to be face-checking right into Moonrock there. Will pick that one up with the Ghost, as that's first blood of the round. Jen hiding in the smoke for the time being. She's going to get face-checked here, and this Jet Ditto going to end up going the way of Jen. Chalubi is walking around the side here, was covering on B site, but it's a 4v3 for the time being. He's got that frenzy, but we're going to have to keep our eye on how they want to rotate around. Norvin is holding up top of the site here. You can see all three of those members are looking for some sort of play around this site. Chalubi getting a decent chunk onto Azur here. Jen shooting some damage down as well. Is Chalubi actually going to take down Jay here as well? It's the last ditch effort here. It's a 3-on-3 right now, but KJ doesn't have a whole lot of health. Jade going to get dinged, but not going to be enough. Chalubi taking down another one. It's going to be 1v2 here, as Norvin's the only one left available. It's going to be Jet versus Brimstone, but it looks like Norvin might just be able to get out of there, and attackers are going to strike first here on Icebox.
Yeah, I misspoke a little bit earlier when I was saying not able to get the trade kill out, but I just misspoke earlier. A push is a very highly pushed site. A hits seem to be the most common because of that large area that attackers have that you can see, as well as the height differentials that they can hit. Of course, on B, you do have the boxes that you could play if you are someone like Jet or Raze. However, that's always going to only be one agent. So it is very interesting on this attacking side. They did do the default. They did kind of just spread around, see where any possible openings were, and they might just try that again. Jet was able to get that early penetration onto site after Sky and Viper kind of backed off a little bit, and Jet was able to sneak in. So some Ares gameplay.
Yeah, that's 3 Ares, 2 Spectres here for your attacking side here of Maria's Dungeon, whereas Condiments forced to play a little bit more defensive to start off. Sage Heal is already going to come down, but
Not coming back.
looks like it's going to be a kill. Picked up a knife kill there, actually, onto Moonrocks, but Jen trying to go mano-a-mano with Galaxy here. Galaxy's able to pick up another one there with the Spectre onto Mystic. Jen is trying to pick one up there, dealing a little bit of damage, but she's going to get taken down by Azur there. Jade has picked one up. Galaxy has a triple thus far. Here comes Jade over the top here. Will Galaxy be able to clean this one up? Holding the angle really well here. And it's going to be Solady coming through here, picking that up with the Ares. So really good round for attackers once again.
Yeah, that's real tragic. Galaxy was able to slip in just as Sky was going for that dog, trying to get some intel, and Viper was not able to hold angle for her as that dog went out. So Sky or Jet was able to sneak in and get that knife, which is real tragic. It's going to be interesting to see how defense try to fix this up a bit, because that's 2 A hits in a row. Of course, the last round would be an econ, so they're gonna have that natural detriment. But we're gonna see a bonus here, so it's gonna be interesting to see how defense tries to respond here.
There's the Sova dart. We figured out. So, for the record, this is my first time observing Valorant in a real setting. We figured out we could track those darts, and we said we're gonna follow every single Sova dart. Gonna be checking right into Jay here. Looks like it's gonna be coming around the side, and Azur gonna be able to pick that one up. It is a 1-for-1 for the time being, though, as attackers actually man down already here. Looks like they might opt to rotate out, but defense thus far.
Poison orb
Good
emitting.
start for them as rotate back over to A here. You can see, ooh, it's going to be Jen picking that one up
Spike
in the
down,
mid onto
attacker
Jay.
spawn.
Not actually going to hold that spike too well. There's actually going to be a couple of shots coming down as you could hear that Jet dash through. Norvin is still holding the angle here, but Jen already picked one up for the time being on this Jet.
That dog did not catch Brimstone either.
Yeah, Galaxy actually already pushing deep in onto site, and all of a sudden it is a 2v2.
30 seconds
Galaxy
left.
been able to pick up a Phantom for themselves, and they're looking pretty strong. It's a 2v2 thus far.
Last
Moonrocks
player standing.
is... Ooh, Mystic's going to take down Norvin here. It's going to be Moonrocks and Mystic here against the world. Looks like Galaxy gonna try and get a plant down, but it's
10
right on
seconds
top
left.
of this sky and
Team ace.
behind that box. It's gonna be the pickup.
Toxin screen down.
Yeah,
Really well
definitely
played.
good for defense to push back here if they were going to push back at any point, and it had to be now as they bought. It is a bit tragic that unfortunately they lost 3 members alongside that buy, and we're going to have to see possibly a bit of an econ for those 3 members as well, so a bit of a half buy possibly coming through here.
Yeah, and looks like we're gonna get the League of Phantoms here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Phantoms getting picked up here as Galaxy has that ult available, so we'll have to see what she can do with that ult on the
Get
Jet.
out of my way!
For the time being, get out of my way. Here comes Galaxy coming in with the knives. Looks like Chalubi might be the one face checking into this one. There go the knives. That's a headshot. One
You
kill
should
picked
run.
up already, but the Killjoy gonna go down. Try and prevent anything from coming down. It's gonna be Jen picking it up in this. The Jet Ditto once again.
Poison's off.
Looks like the spike will be getting
Spike's
placed down by
Placing
Maria
swarm
here.
grenade.
Gonna toss a couple
Placing
of
swarm grenade.
swarm grenades down. Who is detained? It's Jen who's detained for the time being. Looks like she'll be able to break out without too much issue, but spike has been planted, and here we go with the post-plant play. What are they gonna do here?
Yeah, we have the retake coming in from defense, and we've got 1 Phantom and 2 Spectres, so this is going to be really interesting to see how they try to play this out.
Yeah, both swarm grenades are already out. Jay peeking around,
That's
but
one
Jen's
round.
starting to defuse, gonna get taken down here. It's a 2v4. Who's gonna be able to take this one
One
down? Mystic
enemy
is moving
remaining.
around the side. Is actually gonna get behind there, get 2 kills picked up. Will they have enough time? I don't think so, as this old lady gonna be able to pick up Mystic there, despite the ping difference. Maria's still able to make it happen.
Yeah, good for Mystic at the end there. Try to damage as much econ as possible. And like I said earlier, you know, you had the half buy, which is always going to be a bit tragic. But hopefully we'll be able to see some more full buys. Not entirely. There's going to be again a bit of a half buy. We got 1 Phantom and 1 Vandal, so only 2 rifles on the side of the 3 rifles on the side of the defense. And the all scary operator on this Jet.
Revealing area.
So it's going to be real scary for the defense once they learn of this operator,
Yeah, a good
which
lineup
Jen
there.
may learn pretty soon here.
Yeah, Jen might learn that a little bit too soon. For the record, I'm trying to keep track of who's who here. It is so hard to do this, man. How do they do this? No wonder they get so much. But Jen still has those knives available, has the Spectre, but no first blood quite yet in this round. Looks like a hard push on to A. Hunt's going to begin there for the Reyna as she pops that ultimate. In the smoke is Jen for the time being, but here they go pushing in onto site. Gonna try and find some sort of angle. Gonna check right into Jen, but Jen's gonna pick that one up. It's 4 versus 3 here for defense. Oh, 3v2 now coming through as defense is putting quite the fight up. Moonrocks here on the sky.
Careful
Hasn't had
here.
too good of a performance thus far. Actually gonna get taken down by
Last
Solady.
player
It's another
standing.
kill picked up by Maria. That's a triple already for this KJ as she is trying to find a spot to plant. Not a whole lot of health here. But Sage moving up from mid hasn't
down.
really been able to find it.
One enemy
Jade gonna
remaining.
find one there with the headshot. She's got the health advantage here. If she can beat Maria in the 1v1 here, she'll be able to pick up another win for defense here. See
Could
what
possibly
she
go
does.
for the 1 tap. Oh no, she's looking to hold for a bit.
Oh, she's
trying
gonna
to
come
stick it.
through. She's not
Oh.
gonna see it, and it's gonna be a quadra there for Maria. She's able to clutch it out for her team, as that's really unfortunate for Jade there. Just couldn't get the angle. On,
Yeah, going
where
for the
Maria
stick
was.
there. Honestly, you know, ballsy play. Really bold play from Jade, trying to go for the stick. Unfortunately, didn't work out. but you know, we're going full econ on the defense now, and your favorite weapon on Chalubi and Moonrocks.
Yep, it's gonna be Stinger Supremacy. That's my favorite weapon. I love it. I always get made fun of for using it, but Chalubi here might be in a little bit of trouble. Only with the Stinger will just get taken down by the better gun from Galaxy, unfortunately. B push coming through as Jet is beating the pack. Gonna pick up another one here. The Killjoy ult gonna come down here, but ooh, it's gonna be a kill from behind. Moonrock's picking that one up, but it's
blinded.
Actually, Moonrock's going to be able to kill that lockdown really good to be able to clean that up. A Sage ult going to come through as well. Jade going to revive Mystic, so it's a 3v3, but Jay picking up 2 with the Ares. Unfortunately for Moonrocks, it doesn't look like they've got too much of an angle. Where is my camera going? I was trying to find a way to stick this plant. Trying to just inch around here, but you can see they're holding this angle so well. Know where Moonrocks is here, but looks like they might just be able to back off. Doesn't seem like Moonrocks is going to risk it. Just going to pick up a Phantom on their way out. And good bomb play there from Attacker to go up 5-1.
Yeah, possibly looking for the return kill on the mid. Know where he's at now.
Ooh, Moonrocks able to pick up 1-2 at the end of the round. Well played.
Really good. You know, if you're trying to get your way back into this game, you got to start trying to damaging economy. And the thing is, at this point, the attacker's economy is a bit damaged, specifically on Galaxy, Azure, and Sail Lady. So we're going to have to see if the defense can hold here. They can put them in a real sour position, especially with Norvin picking up an operator. He's going to join the ranks with the rest of them on a bit of a damaged economy.
Standing ahead.
And we do have some ultimates to play with.
Nowhere to run!
Oh, here comes Sova's ultimate. Gonna come down through the middle. Doesn't seem like he's found quite anyone yet. Just gonna be used to scout that out for the time being, but Azure has already made their way onto site here. It's a 4v5. Smoke's gonna come down from Brimstone, but Jay able to pick up the 1v1 once again. Azure up top, gonna be able to find one as well. Gonna use that Reyna heal to take it down once again. Plant coming through from the Killjoy as defense on the ropes just a little bit here. Moonrocks did have a clutch 3K last round. We'll see if she's able to pick that one up again. Azure gonna be taken down here. It's a 3v3 right now. Moonrocks still full health. Has that ultimate if they want to use it to dissuade any plays. Jen as well, taking a little bit of damage, but will be healed up for the time being here. There comes the ultimate from Moonrocks. Here comes the Viper Spit as well. They're going to try and use everything, but right on top of the Molly. Well played. Jen is defusing for the time being. Here goes, ooh, the ultimate as well. It's going to come down from Brimstone. It's going to stop for the time being. Jen doesn't have a whole lot of health, 12 health to work with. I think she's just going to run for the hills on this one. Save her money as it's another good pickup for the side of Maria's Dungeon. Up 6-1 now, and that economy that you were talking about, not going to be hurt too much anymore.
No, it's actually the defense are going to be starved for economy once again. That was the perfect chance for them to take up and try to turn this game around and give themselves the advantage. But unfortunately, a great ultimate from Norvin and a great post-plant hold from the attackers. And we got to see some more pushback on the initial pushes from the attackers here. Mystic on this Viper has not been using this screen or the bubble to great effect to stopping the attackers, and they've left Chalubi on B site, but at least they're gonna it has the Ares, and it does have Jade coming in too.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be Chalubi trying to find one here. Gonna be able to pick up Jade to start this one off and dismiss, but right into a whole bunch of members. Their Galaxy has 2 kills already this round. Jen's gonna try and fire from afar, but doesn't really have the angle or the gun to be able to clean that up.
Get out of my way!
Vandal, unfortunately, not quite the Ares when it comes to being able to wallbang there, but see, good defense blocking that flank off for the time being. Can see Mystic and Moonrocks both moving together, trying to take the long way around, but I think it's going to be Maria that spots them out first here. Alarm bot going to come down. Moonrocks in the 1v1 able to take down Maria, and it's a 3v3, but it's really tough. They don't have a whole lot of time. Azure going to take down Moonrocks as well. Azure picking up another one here. It's up to Jet. Jen versus the world to try and pick that one up. Able to pick up one, and she'll be able to get out alive once again. Saving the Vandal, but unfortunately unable to clean up the kills.
Yeah, on the side of the attackers, Azure and Galaxy have been doing great. Galaxy
Here.
specifically on these entries, right, has died a few times, but entering really well and securing their position on top of these plant sites, at the very least, long enough to set up that plant and work for the post plant. On the side of the defense, they've been playing pretty majority retake this whole game. So it's going to be interesting to see if they decide that they want to take a different route. If they want to try to be just pushing back on the initial plants rather than just working for the post plant. And we might see that right here with the changeup on who's on A.
Yeah, my goodness, it's a fast start here. Who's on A, but it's already a kill onto Jade. Unfortunately, Mystic throwing out the poison orb here, as well as I don't even know what the abilities are called. So the pool, the poison pool. She's unfortunately taken down. Lots of low health bars already here.
Standing.
As the plant coming down from Rio once again. It's 1v5 here, but 1v4.
Placing
Moonrock's able to
swamp
pick up one for herself there as well. Gonna try
Blinded.
and play this around. Bird gonna blind for the time being.
Blinded.
Still trying to find more, but she blinds herself there.
Oh.
No one knew the better that she was peeking out there, but unfortunately, Azure and that ultimate gonna pick up a third kill of the round, and attackers are just on a roll at this point.
They really, really are, and at this point, it gets kind of a mental detriment, right? You're looking for these buys to try to scavenge anything as these rounds go on, but each time, man, each time that you get your econs online, you're able to buy, you're able to try to put up a fight. Galaxy is just able to roll through and run through every time, and Azure this round especially assisting with that ultimate.
But looks like entry onto A once again. We'll have to see where the plays go down, but unfortunately, it's already going to be one picked up. Jen taken down very early on into this round. You can see Jade just sitting on the ghost for the time being. Really had a hit to the econ right now. Mystic is trying to move over to site, but unfortunately going to get spotted out by Galaxy, and it's again just almost flawless coming through for the side of attackers, and Moonrock's really the only one left around to try and salvage this situation, albeit with a stinger.
Yeah, and each round you can tell that their confidence has grown because at the very beginning of this map they were spending a lot of time. They were doing more of a default push, looking for where the weak points were in the defense, and then after they were able to pick up 1 or 2 kills, they would then push in. But now they are just doing hard pushes onto this A, and Moonrocks.
You're gonna be facing into Azure here, able to pick it up, but unfortunately around the corner is Jay to clean that one up, and it's 9-1 for attackers. It's getting a little bit hairy here.
Yeah, it really is. Your best hope, on the defense is try to clean up these last 2 rounds. They are gonna get a bit of a half buy here, and hope for that 9-3 curse to kick in and see if they're able to do a lot better on the attacking than they have been able to do on defense, because it's really just not been clicking for them here on defense so far.
Hasn't been working out so far, but once again, it is not over until it's over. I think that's the motto that we've learned, not only from our Iron Bronze games, but also from VCT. But it's just going to be really early lockdown coming through from Maria here. She wants to try and get access to the site. She's going to push everyone towards mid here, where looks like Galaxy going to be trying to make a hero play, but going to get shot down. It will get taken down by Jade very early on. It's a 5v4 for the time being. Lockdown only onto Mystic for the time being, but we'll have to see if they can reclaim the site here. Here comes the Seekers as they come out. They're actually going to get blinded up, and that's a great play from Moonrock to pick one up. Jen trying to defuse. She's going to get a little bit of it. Mystic able to pick up another one, getting shot from behind, but oh my goodness, somehow, some way, Jay picks up a triple. So Lady able to pick up the scraps, and man, they're just so strong at this point.
Yeah, attackers, man, they've been playing these angles so well. The ability of each of them to hold their specific spots and then trade kills as the defense is trying to come back in or retake the site is really, really good. They've been doing such a great job with regards to this. It's gonna be, the defense, they're really hurting right now. I think a lot of it is coming from the fact that they have not been able to get the proper intel at the starts of rounds. So it's gonna be it's been a rough drive. It's gonna possibly be a real rough time for Jade here.
Yeah, Jade might just be face checking right into Galaxy. She's taking her time entering onto the site. Jade actually going to get a couple of shots down onto Maria, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Jen as well taking a couple shots from Galaxy. It's going to be Galaxy picking up one for the time being. Going to be another one picked up there for Galaxy. Moonrocks is able to pick up a couple offsite, but Norvin moving forward with the off, looking for something spicy, but Moonrocks going to be able to pick one up once again. Here goes the Wolf, looking for something here to try and salvage a play. Actually going to get the concuss there onto Maria. It's going to be only her versus 3 members here. Mystic watching the flanks here. Moonrocks as well, gonna push forward as Maria has moved herself way out of the site, but she's gonna try and go in for the outplay. Maria?
Yeah, Sail Lady is still hanging around this A site as the rest of the defense has gone over to mid and B. So Moonrocks is the only one on A, and even they are starting
30
to
seconds
be hesitant
left.
around hanging around it.
And the main thing is that Chalubi ran out of the ultimate there already, as you can hear a little bit of party chat coming through. I think we should have disabled that, but unfortunately, Maria gonna get taken down, and that's actually gonna be another point for defenders. So, you know, maybe the 9-3 curse is only for VCT.
Switching
maybe
sides.
we get the 10-2 curse if that's a thing. So we'll have to see how that one works out as they swap sides. As maybe the fortunes will be a little bit different. We have the underdog boost coming through as everyone gets. Oh no, never mind. She actually bought light shields. I thought that was just the. Okay, forget anything I said.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I'd kill for a solid 10-2 curse. You know, give us a good overtime. I'd love to see some overtime when it comes to these games.
Yeah, no games, no, never.
No. We do have some light shields for Sail Lady and Moonrocks. And we're gonna see a bunch of ghost supremacy outside of that. Not even any, not any sheriffs even for the Reynas here. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
Ooh.
We're doing pretty much a pretty hard B push with one mid.
Jade with the trigger discipline, not able to pick that up, but that's one headshot for the Sage. It's gonna be 1 for 1 in mid. So good dink done to Galaxy as well, as Mystic gonna try and plant right on top of those swarm grenades, though. You got to be careful as still 4v4 heals coming out from Sky. That's the power of going Sky Sage. You're able to get those double heals. But they're pushing.
Yeah, and that was a really good initial push with the smoke screen, the actual toxic screen, as well as the bubble. But they were able to push off by Sail Lady's swarm grenades. So it's going to be interesting. They're going to have to play around the secondary coming of the toxin, but they're looking like they're going to try to rotate.
Jen is relatively low here. She actually gives the gun over to someone else to pick up an extra ghost, so they're gonna get a little bit more money, a little bit more worth out of their weapons.
30 seconds
have
left.
Full setup on A too, so this is gonna be really good for attackers. Nobody on site, and they're gonna have to be playing retake on defense.
Yeah, Mystic trying to peek around, but up on top as well. Moonrock's looking for some shots. Actually going to pick one up there onto Maria. Norvin going to be walking in next. Not sure if he's got
one
the
enemy
but
remaining.
It's actually going to be Mystic picking that one up. So, Sage living with 12 health. Azur very low as well. It's going to be very close here between these two members, but Jen and Moonrock's trying to survive against Azur here. Trying to fake these defuses so often here, but I think Jen's going to be able to... Ooh, it's going to be Moonrocks picking that up, so good win for attackers there.
Yeah, and Moonrocks, they've been putting in work. I really liked what Mystic was able to try to do at the very beginning with the poison screen, as well as the bubble, just only thwarted by that swarm grenade, as you mentioned earlier. But they were able to get that solid rotation over with Jen's ability to hold down mid and stop any possible rotations until they had already moved on to A. So it's going to be real interesting to see. There's going to be a solid Ares buy on the attacker side, and defense was just sticking strict pistols.
And if we actually look at how the frags are going here, Moonrocks 16-9-4, really popping off for their team. being that main carry that you need on your team, especially when you go to attack. You want to have someone who can really pop off, and thus far, Moonrocks has been doing just that. But thus far, very defensive start for both of these sides. Look at how slow they're taking this on A, as the Viper wall is going to go down here from Mystic, as she's watching the flank.
Yeah, and we're gonna have another smoke into that mid. It's interesting. We're not gonna have anybody trying to hop onto this middle portion here. Oh, never mind. Chalubi just came up, but that recon arrow is coming out, and does not catch Chalubi. Yeah, too high.
Might be too high, but looking around this flank here, Galaxy, I think, just got spotted out. Can see through mid as well. Mystic just trying to be annoying, but they haven't planted yet. It's been quite a while, as you can see. Jade rotating off, but first kill actually going to go to Chalubi there. Azur going to return one onto Mystic because it's 4v4, but with 30 seconds left, they don't have a whole lot of time, and Galaxy just checking out that knife for the time being. Just vibing on A.
Jen's trying to rush onto A so we can get the plant. They've secured the site, and now it's up to them to hold it as they get this plant off, because they are running really low on time.
Planted.
Get that plant down. Oh my goodness. Azur, though, able to pick up another one with the Sheriff. Jen trying to stay alive, using that Ares power, but she's the only one left alive. Jen versus the world, and unfortunately, dodges away from Azur for a decent amount of time, but Norvin with the stinger, able to clean that out, and Salady gonna just give the defuse over to someone who needs some points. Looks like they're gonna give it to Galaxy here, as unfortunately Moonrock's unable to clutch that one out, as it is very close here.
Yeah, the play, it felt like got really thrown off as soon as Azur was able to take out Mystic in the middle with that Sheriff. And afterwards, you know, as soon as they got that plant off, the defense were able to roll in and just roll over them as they worked for the retake. And now, you know, they just won on what was essentially a thrifty. And it's gonna be a little more rough for the attackers, as they're gonna have to full buy 2 times in a row. Well, not even full buy, it's gonna be half buys here.
Oh yeah, Galaxy is the only one here though, gonna be face checking into 4 members. Jen gonna go jumping up, but unfortunately unable to catch up to Galaxy here. You can see full buy coming out from Jen with that Vandal. She's leading the charge, but see Maria as well, just trying to hold that angle with the Ares as well. Wall gonna get tossed down, but right on top of the swarm grenades here. Jen's taking so much damage. Will get taken out with a straight Ares shot, as it's 5v3 already. Mystic, Jade. Jade's feeling pretty low at this point, but they're trying to hold this angle. Unfortunately, Maria's gonna pick up another one here. Azur gonna be moving up as well, able to take down Jade, as Chalubi, the only hope remaining, dismisses, but it's not gonna be enough. Another great play from Azur to pick up a couple of kills, and they're gonna be on match point here.
Yeah, this is the second time they've hit B, and the second time that it was ruined with those swarm grenades.
Match point.
This is one of the this is one of the issues of playing into that KJ, and you don't have anything to necessarily take out those swarm grenades. You don't have something like the shock arrows from Sova who can push those away, right? It's just going to be a bit of an issue as they try to keep pushing on. However, KJ seems to have repositioned those swarm grenades onto A. So it's going to be interesting to see if the attackers try to redo a B push. Oh, and it's going to be a heavy push up on defense from Azur.
Yeah, Azur going to just move right up here. Has that ultimate popped. Wants to see her foes cower in her wake here. Azur going to be moving forward. Might be checking right into the stage of Jade. Jade actually going to be able to get a headshot there, but
I'll spike is down.
What is going on
Spike
behind?
down,
Unfortunately
attacker
taken
spawn.
down by Solady there. You can see Jets were taken down, so that's an op that was lost. That's going to be Maria picking that up. It's 3v2 right now, though. Attackers have been able to find a little bit of something. Chalubi going to be picking up a nice skin in the meantime, of course. But Mystic, Moonrocks, and Chalubi on match point, trying to find something, some way to get back into this one, as they are on the ropes. But of note, Maria has an op. You've got to be careful about that. She picked it up from her Jet.
Yeah, picked it up from the Jet, and it's going to be real rough to try to push into her, but it looks like, thankfully for the attackers, they've went to the complete opposite side.
Yeah, I think they were
30
able
seconds
to
left.
bait him out just a little bit. You can see that swarm grenade on the ground.
Toxin
KJ's going to
screen
notice
down.
that now as the other one gets popped as well. They're popping down the spike, and they're going to have this site to
Spike
themselves
planted.
for quite a while
Ores
here.
and ore
Let's see how the
emitting.
defense replies.
It's gonna be real hard, man. When you're sitting there with an operator with Sail Lady, she's gonna have to try to take that heaven put position most likely, and it's gonna be up
Revealing
to the
area.
attackers to try to either just not peek and just play pure defense with that Viper smoke and the acid spray.
Ooh, Jay's able to pick one up here, so it's a 2v2. You can see Mystic is the next one,
One
but the
enemy
Owl Drone
remaining.
comes out. It's not going to be enough. Jay gets taken down, and it's going to be Maria just running for the hills, going to save that op for as long as she can. See if Mystic is able to find something, but no, just going to walk out instead, and they're
Ores
going to
and
be able to
ore
stay alive
emitting.
for another round.
Yeah, you really don't want to give over that operator for unnecessary reasons. And Mystic is able to run home, pull off with a Phantom. Moonrocks was not able to replace that Ares with a Phantom, or a Vandal, a rifle, unfortunately. But you know, this is the first time in a while that the attackers are able to not breathe a sigh of relief. They're still sitting on match point, but be a little bit happy that they were able to finally get
Placing
these,
alarm bot.
attack off after the pistol round, first round after the pistol round to actually be able to do this. And again, it's going to be another half buy,
Get out of my
including
way!
two half shields on the side of the attackers.
Yeah, it's basically 7 match points for
Placing
Maria's
swamp
dungeon.
grenade.
It's a lot to have to
Oh.
deal with, but oh my goodness, Jen able to pick up a very early kill onto Azur here as they continue their push forward. Jen unfortunately used all of the knives for that as they're pushing very hard here. The wall's coming down.
Oh no!
So lady, oh my goodness, Jen face checks right into it. Gonna be able to walk it off, but my goodness, this is chaos at B site here. Brimstone running behind the play. Norvin just taking his time, but you can see here, Jay's in a really tough spot there. Everyone's just so close to each other, and who knows what's happening at the end of this one. We're gonna have to keep our eye on where
Welcome
they are.
to my world.
Welcome
Gonna
to
commit
my
the
world
Viper's
indeed.
Pit.
Yep, the Viper's Pit gonna come down to try and salvage something.
Oh,
Jen picking up
Jen.
a third one here. We're gonna see if she's can pick up the 4 kills maybe? Let's see. Doesn't look like they're gonna even contest, as you can
Gun
see.
here.
Galaxy is way off in the distance. Norvin picks
One
up
enemy
Jade.
remaining.
Mystic gonna clean up that kill into Norvin, and looks
Galaxy's
like Galaxy
just gonna save the up.
just gonna save the op, stay way back. Looks like Jen's gonna push for it
Oh.
though. Will she be able to find it? She gets the headshot! Oh my goodness! A 4K for Jen, and that saves the game and takes the op out of the Jets' hands.
Yeah, it takes the op out of Galaxy's hands, which is always great. Doesn't take it up themselves, which is perfectly fine, you know, on this attacking. It's definitely a
Deviation
luxury
from
weapon.
protocol will not be
But we're gonna have to
tolerated.
see, unfortunately, on the side of the defense, they're gonna have to start econing a little bit with this round, because they are pretty broke, which is really good for the
Placing swamp
attackers.
grenade.
As long as they play this, you know, outright and well, they'll be able to just secure this round and go up to 6 and 12. Keep trying. However, Galaxy
Oh no,
is
not
sitting here with the
again.
knives.
Not again, not another arrow like that. It's gonna be good. Galaxy picking up an early kill. Oh my goodness, Azur's been able to pick one up as well. So thus far, great job on the defense, picking up that extra kill to start off the round. Norvin is just
Gun
playing
here.
the flank position once again, but you can see Moonrocks just holding that Vandal angle. They know they want to go for this. Let's see how
Not
they
able
can
to
play
get the
this one out.
Sage res.
They're going to look for this one. They won't be able to find Azur. They will at the end, but unfortunately,
Spike down,
it's going to be
attacker
another
spawn.
one down. It's
Last
2v2
player
here. It's
standing.
going to be
Oh, no.
last one. It is up to Jen to win this match. She's in trouble, but it's going to be a thrifty win for
Rangers
defenders as Maria's Dungeon wins 13-5 on map 1.
Oh, that's tragic. Oh, that's so tragic. The beginning of the round starting out with a 1-1, which isn't too bad as the side with a Sage who can res that. But unfortunately, Asher is able to get that Marshall pick up mid, and then it just kept going downhill for the attackers from there. Galaxy with our top frag as they're following a second, closely behind. 299 versus 291 combat score. And those duelists, man, they did work in that round, in that round and that map. Galaxy and Azure did so well entering and getting those sites. And you know, you saw at the end of the attackers where they started just rolling through, not even doing the default of trying to get intel and maybe get a pick or two on one of the sites. They just started hard pushing and really asserting their dominance, and they really, it really showed that that confidence really did show.
Yeah, it was a really strong game, I think, overall from the side of Maria's Dungeon. They're able to pick up the first map here, but we're going to take a quick break, and when we're back, we're going to be back for map 2, and if I remember correctly, we are going to be moving to Bind next round when the things switch up. So let's see if there's any changes in terms of agents,
I want a
strategies,
cipher.
players potentially. We'll have to see, but we're going to be right back after this.